Hello, everybody. I'm Sally at Farmhouse Fabrics, and I'm so fortunate to have Sarah Ward here. And Sarah is from sarahclassicsewing.com.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Happy
And
to be here.
yeah, and so we have been on Gab and Gush, but we had some other things that Sarah brought with her that we were excited to show, and we didn't really have time to cover it. We didn't.
No, we didn't.
We actually forgot. We gabbed too much. But it's so beautiful that I wanted to show everybody.
That's
so
sweet.
Sarah, tell me what we have here, because this is a lace fabric, and you can see it started off as an off-white.
So what happened is that for Audrey's, my oldest daughter, and for her third Christmas dress, I did this fabric, just, the off-white version, and I put it over top of some black velveteen, and I have the dress in my car. But it just pops. The black velveteen, it just, and then I had, because I think this was a double, this was 3 years ago. I don't know, I wasn't prepared, but I think it was a double thing. So I had the opposite. So this was the hem.
Oh, a double border.
I think so.
Right.
And so this was the hem of her dress, just, the white version. But then I had this other thing, and it was so pretty, and I was like, well, what can I do with it? I don't know. I have these paints, and wouldn't that be fun? And I could just watercolor it and stuff. And then I took a picture of what was remaining, and I colored it in, kind of like distributing colors until I liked it. And I am in the process. This was 3 years in the making.
This is wonderful.
And several babies later.
Yeah.
So it's in the process of kind of like watercoloring it, and
well, let me ask
having
this:
fun with the remaining.
when you say watercolor, now people are going to want to know what you mean by that. Are they fabric paints? They're actually fabric paints.
They are fabric paints. What I mean by watercolors, I wanted it to have, and I'm just doing, like, it's by no means like I'm not an artist, right?
No, that's fine, but this is beautiful.
But I wanted it to have the look of watercolor,
right?
As much as I'm capable of having, And so what I've done is I've taken fabric paint, I've watered it down, and then I also, in some areas, I would wet the fabric first and allow it to bleed through,
right?
So
and then others you didn't. Others you didn't wet the fabric, and it was more opaque, right?
Yeah, and I've been learning a lot as I go, and I don't have any background in this, and I'm just kind of making it up and having fun as I go. So this has been in my need to visit farmhouse fabric corner for a while. So
did you find this piece of lavender to go with, or you found this? Oh, okay.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah.
And I went through your store, and I was like,
oh, that's pretty.
Because there's going to be green on this.
Oh,
so I thought green at first, but then I remember I haven't done all these leaves, and so I still want the leaves to pop, and I thought this would just be so fun.
That's pretty.
So,
well, we'll all be looking forward to seeing this come together.
Thanks. I'm excited about
beautiful. I remember watching you work on, this is a French lace edging. And which side am I? Okay, I had the wrong side up.
I think.
So you did the same type of paints on this, or they're fabric paints?
Same paints, correct. And the fabric, that line, I'll do it both ways.
Okay.
So that line has, kind of just hold your hand through it, which is good for people like me that I don't know what I'm doing. So you can water down the colors, you can play with it, so you can see at one edge I've got these colors, right, which are like, I'm not quite getting what I want. It's too bright for my taste on this. And so I'm just playing with it here, and I have the same sort of edge on this one.
Oh, I see.
And that's where I just tested out. And then when you get what you want.
It's so delicate and pretty.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh my goodness.
And then the same line has like a set thing. So when you're all done, you just kind of give it a bath with this solution.
So this is Entredo that probably started as white, right? Did you dye the whole thing?
I did.
Did you use just a fabric dye?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And so that's a beautiful pink color.
Thanks. So what we're thinking.
So what do you have?
We're thinking about this for the skirt.
Uh-huh.
And then that for the bodice.
Okay.
And I was telling Kristen earlier, I was like, this is kind of like Heirloom meets Dr. Seuss.
Oh.
And right, like, it's kind of, it's kind of become fun because at first we were like, maybe we do a white, maybe a textured white, a patterned white, something of that sort.
Yeah.
And then we started going down this colored, and then we've got this piping to go in between, you know, the seam, whatever, waist seams and such. And it was kind of like, this is Heirloom meets Dr.
Seuss. All right. Well, stay tuned for some more Heirloom meets Dr. Seuss.